We're so glad to see everybody here. Karen strong, Kachin strong, Karenni strong, Arakan strong, Shan strong. All of us standing together. I look out here right here at the monument. Turn around and look straight ahead. Look at the monument standing there. And that should be an example to us of the number one. United we stand. The more united we, as you go up that top of the very tip, we must be laser focused, united for freedom and self-determination for our people. The more united we are, the sooner we will have freedom. Today, you made sacrifices. We had people come here from San Diego driving 50 hours. People from Arizona driving 40 hours. People from Canada, Australia, all over.
Yeah.
We have people trying to join us live. It's so hot though, some of our phones are overheating.
Oh.
I want to encourage you today. We never ever forget what you see standing right here. What you see on all this tape right here are people suffering. And why we're here? Just 2 days ago, this 2-year-old little Karen girl, Sophia, the corrupt and brutal regime sent soldiers to a village in 5th Brigade, and they released rabbit-infected dogs on the villagers. And they began biting this 2-year-old girl, and she succumbed to infection and lost her life. That's what we stand for. We stand against this stuff. We stand against the continual brutality by the corrupt regime. Now you think this last week, God is in control. Israel finally agreed to stop giving weaponry to the corrupt and brutal army. That's huge. Our Karen people in Australia, we're going to hear from Jonesy. They're building relationships with the government to encourage Australia to stop providing money for the corrupt and brutal regime for weaponry and training and all the things that they're doing. And we also learned that the United States increased sanctions against the top corrupt, brutal generals. Right? And then we saw our Kachin leader that was able to stand face to face with President Trump. And we heard Trump say to him and to the other ethnic groups represented in the room, in the Oval Office, and he said, "I stand with you forever." And today's a new day. Today's a new day. This is the 3rd time we've come to Washington, D.C. Sometimes people call me after the D.C. the next day and they say, "Okay, are we free now?" And I say, don't forget, this has been going on for over 70 years. As General Nerdal says, freedom is not free. We must fight for it continually and stand firm. No matter what comes against us, no matter what games the Burma army plays in trying to divide and stopping things like this, because they're afraid, because they're seeing the world turn on them. And that's exactly what needs to happen. I want to introduce Tissot, and in a minute we're going to introduce General Nerdal. And I want to tell you something about General Nerdal, why I stand so firm by General Nerdal. Every year when I go to Kathule, we see so much the work that General Nerdal is doing for Karen, National Defense Organization, to defend our people. To defend our people. In 6th Brigade, there's examples of villages that we got to see firsthand that Karen people can live in security because of KNDO providing security, because the corrupt and brutal Burma regime has troops just 30 minutes away. But the KNDO are protecting the people, and guess what they're doing? They're living off the land, they're selling corn to Thailand, and they're being Karen strong. They're being at their best. And that's why we stand so hard for General Nerdal when we see these things, because General Nerdal has stood firm for his people. Last year at Karen New Year, I had the privilege of shaking hands with soldiers as they were coming by. So many of them told me, we believe in General Nerdal so much because he treats us like we're his family, because we are. Him and his wife have done great things. So I was just so blessed and thankful for that. One more thing before I hand it over to Tissot. This is a booklet. Last year we came and shared with the State Department and the Congress about 2 years worth of things that have been happening. I want you to see how much the corrupt and brutal Burma regime has stepped things up. You see how thick this is. This is incidents that have occurred from November until last week. That's just 7 months. In 7 months, this much violence documented and perpetuated against the ethnic groups in the Burma-Thai region. So when people tell you, oh, everything's a democracy there, that's a lie. That's not true. It's not true at all. We have a lot of work to do. We're never going to give up, and neither should you. We will never give up. We will stand firm for our people, because our people deserve freedom and self-determination, and we have that here. We have that right in this country, and shame on anyone that doesn't exercise the right of freedom in the United States to stand up for people that are not afforded that they can't be free, but we can stand for them. So I want to pass this to Tiso, and I want to just a reminder about Jelly Po, the 14-year-old. He's the one that connected us with Tiso. So I'm always grateful for Jelly Po's life, as he's now with the Lord. But we want to thank him for that, because Tiso does amazing work, and he stands strong amidst many people coming against him, and he continues to stand because he loves his people.